Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 46 of the PTFooty podcast. I'm your host, Peter, and today I'm joined by Sam,
Hello there.
Kevin,
Hello, everybody. It's your favorite Batista.
and special guest Hugo.
I am back, everybody's favorite guest. Hello, everybody.
Zach's out for another week with his finals. I think he should be back next week for sure. So, wish him luck for that.
Yes.
I'm a good replacement.
Decent backup.
All right.
I want to start off by announcing that the new Fan of the Week segment is out to, right now. It was Richard's term this time. Thank you for replying to the questions, all that. Go check it out, people. And if you want to be on it, make sure you message either at PTFooty promo or at K_Souza88, if I'm not mistaken. Exactly. Or the podcast itself. But let's get started with some football. And, not yet, technically, because I got something left out from last week. I wanted to talk about the Bruno Carvalho, Luis Vieira incident that happened after the I'm sure y'all remember. And Hugo, I want to start with your thoughts on it.
Man, every time I hear the name Bruno Carvalho, man, I'm just speechless every time. The man just needs to stop, and just worry about Sporting for once. Because what's he trying to accuse Benfica of doing now? Tell me.
You don't remember? He said that everybody, tried to go to the referee at halftime.
Exactly.
Which the referee confirmed as well, to be fair.
But he's acting like he's innocent. Has he not done this before?
I'm sure he has.
This man, do you not remember the referee Luis Ferreira that match against Tondela when Rui Patricio got sent off? Do you remember what he said to the referee? Do you remember what he said?
No.
I remember he said about the referee, I didn't kick him in the arse because looking at him he might have liked it and stuff. Who says that? No, honestly, okay, it might be funny, yeah, but a president of a team. But a president of a team can't say this, innit? He's supposed to be someone that fans look up to. Well, sporting fans are a bit deluded anyway, apart from you, Sam. But how can you like a man with that? Oh my lord, with that posture, yeah, just acting like he's a victim in all this. No, because he's not. Because what's it going on? 5 years now since he's been in Portuguese football, and he has been the worst thing that's happened to Portuguese football. So whatever you accuse Benfica of, I completely discard it. Whatever, he can say what he wants because I don't give a.
What are your thoughts on him saying that the fans don't care what presidents say?
Stupid, to be honest. Maybe they don't care about what he says. Okay, because if you see Benfica, you have Vieira, and he's a man. He hasn't. Let's say he's promised a lot of things, and he hasn't kept some of them. But he's still a man that recovered Benfica. He's done all this, and when he talks, and he gives interviews. I remember Luis Vieira's last interview. I think it was for TVE. It was a really, really good interview. And he really clarified a lot of situations. The debt's gone down 20 million, blah, blah. We're making this much with our youth academy. Very good. And now I really like listening to him. Now, I don't know about Bruno Carvalho, but what he says about us, I don't listen to him anymore. Because what he says is just stupid.
Don't you think, though, that it affects... I think it's stupid because what he says affects Sporting fans. Like, Sporting fans are going to feel like they're the victims in all of what's happened, and they're probably going to turn on Benfica fans like it's been happening for a while now. So what's the point of him saying that what the presidents say don't matter? Is he that stupid?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Because Bruno Carvalho doesn't even act as a president. He acts as a fan. We're talking about a man that was part of the Torcida Verde, if I'm not mistaken. That's what he acts like on the sidelines, in training session, everything. You see him as a fan. He's not a president. you know what I'm trying to say? He's not someone you look at and you're like, oh, this man is in charge of a club that has over 100 years history, you know, a very big club, which pains me to say, but Sporting are a big club, okay? And then you have this stupid imbecile leading a team. No. I can't say anything else. I want to hear what Kevin and Sam have to say about this, because what he says just... why does it say in Portugal? Entra 100, sai 200. You know, I don't care what he says anymore, man.
Sam, what did you think of what Luis Chipiera said, you know, after the game to Bruno Carvalho?
Could you remind me? Remind me what he said.
He called him a compulsive liar. What was the other things, Hugo? You remember?
No, I'm trying to remember. I know what interview you're talking about. Straight after the game when he said, that the referee had a bad game. Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Did he blame the Bruno Carvalho for the Sporting fan dies, or is that a different thing?
No, what he said was people misinterpreted what he said. Now, what Luis Vieira said is true in a way, but it's the way he said it makes people think otherwise. He said that because Bruno Carvalho has been in Portuguese for 4 years, and he's been the incendiario, as they call it. Yeah, he's been like just saying loads of crap, and people believe him. Yeah, and that's what makes fans annoyed and turns fans on each other. That's why the rivalry got so big. And he's saying, if there's violence, don't blame Benfica for it. He's not justifying what happened. He's just saying that Bruno Carvalho is at fault for making fans so pissed off at each other. Do you know what I mean? That's what he's trying to say. He's blaming him for, I don't know, creating a rivalry so massive that there's going to be violence every week.
It was always, not always, but it's been like that for years. Even before Bruno Carvalho was.
No,
it wasn't as this strong. It's hard to say.
I mean, we saw a guy. I don't know if you guys remember the reports a couple of months ago. We saw a guy get beaten up near the outline because he was wearing a red cap. Like what the hell?
I mean, stuff like that.
And what Luis Chipiera said is that basically compared Bruno Carvalho to Vilarinho, you know, former Benfica president.
No, not Vilarinho, Valas Vias.
Yeah, Valas Vias, my bad.
Leave Vilarinho, he was a good president.
Yeah, he was, my bad, Valas
Good.
Vias. And he said that, you know, because of what Bruno Carvalho says, a lot of fans are going to turn on other fans, like Hugo said.
Exactly. Which is true.
The thing is, though, like, I'll be the first to admit Bruno Carvalho needs to fucking shut up. Honestly, he talks way too much shit.
Yeah,
and he should just focus on Sporting, not on anything else. But I still believe that he, although he's at fault for some of it, I'm not going to deny that he has nothing to do with things such as chanting about Chapecoense or Benfica fans shouting about the dead Sporting fan. It's like he is to blame partly, but he's not 100% to blame like everyone says.
He's still a big part of it.
But surely you have to blame the fans because they're so thick to go along with what he says and like attack other fans. That's the fans' fault as well, just not Bruno Carvalho.
But that goes with my point. Like, why doesn't Bruno Carvalho acknowledge the fact that what he says matters? That's the thing. Like, he denied saying that what he says matters.
I don't know. Like I said, he just needs to keep quiet a bit more. Much like Hugo as well. They have a lot in common.
Shut up.
I'm just kidding.
Good.
Yeah. Kevin, what do you make of this whole situation of, you know, the fan dying, the violence going on around, and, you know, the constant shots at each other by the presidents?
First of all, I think that, you know, a good rivalry is healthy, but what's been going on lately, like I honestly never seen anything like it. The only thing that I can remember that's anything close to this was in the mid-90s. I remember I was a kid, and me and my dad were going to watch Porto Guimarães, and there was a big fight at the Antas. The fans invaded the field. I think some fans might have died there too. So it goes to show you, like, some people take it like to extreme lengths, and shouldn't be that way. And it is sad to see what's going on. And you know, this is the worst I've honestly ever seen it. You have fans of all three big clubs chanting death to one another, and it's pathetic, it's disgusting and sad, and it's very disappointing to see because if you look at other leagues, for example, like if you look at the Premier League or even the Spanish league, there's rivalries. Like when Barcelona plays Real Madrid, you don't see stuff like this. Yeah, they'll like yell at each other and swear at each other, but like that's normal. What's going on in Portugal? It's given the league a bad name,
Hmm.
and it's actually tarnishing the name of the league and actually the big three. Especially not just with the clubs and what's going on with the clubs, but also with the officiating, which I want to touch up on a little bit later when
Yeah,
we discuss
there's.
the Porto game.
We don't even have to get to that. I'll.
No,
There's something I
I'm not
still want
even
to talk to.
talking. I'm gonna make a point on the Porto game. There was a play, but there was
Okay,
another game
you
that I
can.
saw. I
Mhm.
was just completely like in shock of what I saw. But I'll get to that later when we start talking Porto. But yeah, I mean, what can we do to fix this? I think the league needs to start taking matters into their own hands. I
Hmm.
know people are not going to like it and fans are not going to like it, but I think that if you have to suspend clubs and play games with nobody in the crowd.
Mhm.
Like shut the
Yeah.
doors, watch the game on TV until you learn your lesson. I would go like this. You got three strikes, and it don't matter if you're chanting, very insulting things. If you're gonna be, um, very belligerent and acting crazy, like throwing stuff on the field and just acting like a bunch of animals, then the club will get fined like they normally do. That's the first warning. Then, if it happens again, it's a second warning. Be like, all right, if this happens again, the next time it's going to be doors closed. So if they do it a third time, that's it.
It's
Three strikes, you're out. And then every time after that, no more three strikes. So, say for example, like
Yeah.
Porto fans, they act crazy. They get the third strike. They close the gates to the stadium. You have to watch it on TV. Even if it's like 5 games later and they do the same thing, just shut the doors until they learn their lesson. I think that's the only
mm,
way people will learn,
Okay.
honestly.
it's the
So
same as UEFA
Yeah.
do that, don't they? So I think
No. UEFA got something different going
no,
on right
but
now.
it's like UEFA. Benfica
They.
is currently on a suspended sentence for
Yeah.
about 2 years
Exactly.
or something, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I was
So
gonna
if
say
something
that.
else bad happens with flares and stuff, then they shut our stadium for a game or two.
Yeah.
But since we've got that suspended sentence, there actually has not been any flares since in European games. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So those
And
strikes actually are a good thing.
And there's something that I noticed, at least on Benfica games, because obviously that's the one that I pay most attention. Whenever you hear like a petardo go off, a lot of people boo. Like they understand
Yeah,
what's at
yeah,
stake, and the club pays fines for these. Like they don't realize that they're.
thousands, thousands.
I don't mind the flares because I think flares are needed in football, but whatever else isn't really. I like flares. What do you want to say?
I love flares. I'm just
They're
saying
not
that
needed in football. I just don't think they are.
yeah,
Ah,
they're brilliant. Okay,
yeah,
they create atmosphere, but
Create
use it
fires
properly.
too.
Don't,
exactly.
no, that's if you
Y-
can't use it properly. Just
Exactly.
don't throw it on the pitch or anything. Like, for
Don't be
example,
stupid.
Benfica
Exactly.
fans did it at
Fidesz.
Feirense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Porto did it at to Moreira
Estoril.
against Estoril.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sporting are not innocent as well.
Um. What do you?
Every team does it. Even Guimarães and stuff. Braga do it.
Yeah.
You know,
What?
Braga did it in a cup final, for God's sake.
What do you guys think of? Supposedly there's Benfica are trying to get uh, something to go across here to the Liga where clubs get deducted points
Yeah,
for
it's a
all
bit
these
silly to be
things.
honest.
Yeah. What do you guys
We'd be
think of the
relegated
possibility?
by now.
That's what I said to my dad.
Ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
No, I understand what Benfica are trying to say. Yeah, like you have to start taking some serious measures, but that 3 points won't work at all.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to that. Pedro, you know him. That Pedro Braz guy, the commentator.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying like, oh, if they accept this Benfica thing about taking 3 points off, then I imagine at the end of the season, Porto's champion, but there's a court thing about them talking bad things about referees, and they might lose 6 points. And imagine if they take away those 6 points, whoever came second is champion. And then there will be retrials. There'll be, oh my lord, it would be terrible.
Yeah,
So there's no point. Well, I understand what Benfica are trying to say, but not with that. Probably heavy fines, stuff like that, but not points taken away. It's a bit stupid.
What about with the Bruno Carvalho's proposal of vouchers and and other gifts? Clubs get deducted points as well.
I just don't think there should be gifts to players at all. It's just so dumb.
But
it happens everywhere, though.
But it shouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
Porto is like a mini Estádio Dragão to everybody.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that it shouldn't. I'm not saying that one
Why?
club is right.
It's just part of.
It's just courtesy, isn't it?
Yeah.
What? So you give a ref like a statue of the Porto Stadium. So, what's the ref gonna do with it? Put it on his wall? It's just dumb.
Don't you think that they're gonna keep it or give it to their kids, give it to the family members that enjoy the club? Like, I don't think there's any issue with that. Like,
why would you think a referee?
It just creates controversy. Look what it's done so far.
Why would you think a referee would sell himself for a little action figure or some shit of the Estádio Dragão? Come on, man, it's stupid. This is Bruno Carvalho again, thinking referees are going to sell themselves for a table of 2 in the Benfica restaurant. Oh, please, man.
Well, no, we all know that the referees have been corrupt before. So
well, but
by a club in the north called Porto who used other methods.
By completely different methods. So let's not.
Just like the president was caught picking refs too. Just saying.
No, that's completely different. Completely different.
Oh, okay. So it's not the same thing. So what you're telling me?
That's not what we're trying to. That's not what we're trying to discuss.
We'll talk about that.
He's the one that opened up a can of worms, not me.
No. But it's all right, Kevin.
We'll talk about that.
The only thing that he was trying to say is that referees were supposedly, and I'll put that supposedly for you, corrupted before by way different methods than vouchers for a dinner. That's basically what Hugo was trying to say. But yeah, Kevin,
it doesn't matter what method you use, though. Hold on, before you ask me that question, it doesn't matter what method you use. If you're cheating, you're cheating. I
know, but you're not cheating by giving.
I understand, like getting a referee flowers or something, but the thing just dumb.
Hey, referee, have some flowers.
Well, Porto gave much different stuff to that.
I'm saying like now, if they gave referee, I don't know, like the restaurant thing isn't bad.
Hold on.
Like saying to a restaurant or flowers or whatever.
Sam, hold on. If I was Benfica, if you're going to a Benfica game, as a referee, and I'm Benfica, and I'm like, here, have this Eusebio jersey. Do you think that you would out for a Eusebio jersey?
I would say
something that
if you think this is gonna make me give the decision your favor, then I don't want to take it.
But the reason is that UEFA themselves say that anything under 250 euros, I think, or something like that, is considered courtesy by the club.
It's as a shirt under 250 euros.
Yeah, it's like 50. It's like 50 euros on the Benfica shop, bro. Yeah. It is. It is. So, but okay, I just wanted to get a point across that.
Just ask me a question.
Wanted points deducted from the vouchers. Kevin, what are your thoughts on like deducting points to teams?
I think that's dumb. I think that's just a way of Benfica trying to shut the other clubs up from complaining, because let's be honest, Benfica do get the benefit of the doubt most of the time anyway. So if Porto and Sporting come out and say like what's going on here, Benfica wants them to get punished for speaking out. That's kind of like dictatorship, if you ask me. But that's just how I feel about it. I think it's stupid. If anything, like Hugo said, hefty fines. But to deduct points, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, stupid, and but not for those reasons that you were stating. But okay, all right. Does anybody want to say anything else about this topic, or shall we move on?
I think we spent too long on it anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get on with the first game of the week. It was Benfica. They played Estoril at home. They won 2-1. Jonas scored twice. It was Ederson in goal, Semedo, Luizão, Lindelof, and Grimaldo across the back, with Feza and Pizzi in the midfield, Servi, Salvio on the wings, and Jonas alongside Mitroglou. And Hugo, I gotta ask you, watched the game a little bit more relaxed because you already knew the score. So what you think of the performance?
Not great. not great. I was hoping Benfica were going to do another good game like they did against Marítimo at home when it was 3-0, and then second half we sat back, because the game was already finished. But against Estoril, I don't know what Benfica have with Estoril, but I think a mini rivalry starting up. What's wrong with Estoril when they face Benfica? I don't know. I don't know if Benfica are just rubbish when they play against Estoril, but Estoril are like they're playing for the Champions League final against us, honestly. I saw loads of comments saying, before I go into the game, oh, if Estoril played like this every week, they'd be challenging for third with Sporting, which I find quite amusing. Which is true, though.
Which is true.
Well, which is true, yeah. But no, it wasn't a great game. I know we had chances to, we could have killed the game. When we 2-1 up, he had a brilliant chance by Salvio. He shot off his weaker foot. There was one by Grimaldo. He could have crossed in. I can't remember who was in the box. Could have crossed in, but he ended up taking a shot that went wide. That was near the end, around 85th minute or something.
Yeah.
So we had chances to kill the game, but we couldn't do it. And Estoril, every time they were going forward, they looked dangerous. Ederson had to make a very good save. He was unlucky on Sturil's goal because he slipped. Because I would have had no doubt he would have got to that ball because we all know Ederson is really quick. Other than that, I was happy to see Jonas come back because, as everyone knows, when Jonas plays, when he starts, Benfica play completely different. Style of football, like the way we play completely is all different when Jonas plays. And another 2 goals, that second goal. My God, amazing. So it's just when he plays, we play completely different. I was happy to see Servi start because he deserves it. Now, I have to come on here, and defend my good friend Salvio, innit?
Oh God!
Because I'm fed up of hearing every week. Now it's not just you, and I'm gonna call people out on the podcast here. I'm gonna call out Brian. Brian, I love you very much, but you fucking hate Salvio, man. you know, loads of people. Timo, man, you talk bad stuff about Salvio as well. Now I'm gonna tell you, Salvio's just played his. You do as well, but you're on. I
do. I do.
No, I'm sorry if I've missed loads of people. Because everybody hates Salvio for some reason.
The entire Benfica fan base just there, and
90%, which is a joke. Because let me just say, Salvio literally breathes Benfica. Okay, the guy has over 200 games now. Okay, the reason he plays now, Rui Vitória. No, it's not because
he's got nudes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's not because Salvio has Rui Vitória's nudes or something. Not because of that. I genuinely think it's because he sees Salvio as that he helps Semedo the best. Okay, Zivkovic can't come back that well and defend as Salvio does. That is a fact. Okay, you can't disagree with it.
Servi defends better than Salvio, so
that's on the different side of the fucking pitch. He helps Grimaldo, he doesn't help Semedo, does he? You hardly see Salvio change wings that much. When it's someone else like Carrillo or something, you see him changing all the time because he can play both.
Because
Salvio can't play on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, but Salvio's a very good player. I know I've been saying as well, I've told you in the chat many times, okay, he deserves the bench for a bit. But stop crucifying him saying, when I see people say he's finished. No, you can't say that. Luizão is finished. Man, are you guys mad?
Yeah, Luizão, they listen, until they prove that they can play well consistently, I will treat them as finished.
Right. Luizão
has been fantastic, okay? And the records, the statistics with him on the pitch and without prove otherwise, okay? When he's not on the pitch, when Luizão plays, everyone calling for Luizão Jardel. When they play, we make mistakes.
No, but
when Luizão comes in there, man, the voice of command there, man. Fucking get in your place. Guy knows what he's doing. Respect the legend. Now, you go back onto Salvi quick.
Yeah.
Now, you guys, when Salvi started against Sporting, for example, I'm talking about the Luge game. Oh, why is Salvi playing? It should be whoever was playing better at that time. He's much better. What happened? Salvi scored a brilliant goal. Okay, and played very well. Against Porto, arguably one of Benfica's man of the matches. Brilliant game.
The thing is that Salvi can only play for 45 minutes.
Okay.
That's the thing. Whenever I see him play well and actually play decently well, he only does it for 45 minutes. It looks like he's not on the pitch, starting the 46th minute. He starts making a lot of bad decisions. He starts shooting from 30 yards out.
No, I know that. Against Avalon, I was watching, the 1-1 game, there was a chance I was like, don't shoot. And he shot it off his bar. Okay. Timo, when he's been on the podcast before, he said he's like a nanny player. I completely agree. Okay, he's still very good. Obviously, he has to work on his decision making, but just stop crucifying him, saying he's finished because he's not finished. Please stop saying that. Okay, I hope Salvio next game Benfica win 1-0 and it's a banger from Salvio.
I don't mind. Like I told you, I don't mind eating crow for Benfica players, man. I like being wrong. I like being wrong. I just don't want to. There's a point. There's a certain. The only thing that I want to say here is that I defend a player to a certain point where I think that I need to start talking how bad he's been.
That's fine.
That's all I'm saying.
No, because when I was watching the game with my dad repeated after I finished work, because he came to get me from work, we both watched it together. He said to me, Salva didn't play well. I saw the game. I saw he didn't play well as well. And I said, all right, fine. He deserves the bench a couple of games. Excuse me. But when I see Carrillo come on, I know you love Carrillo, but he comes on, he doesn't do anything. All right. What's the point?
It depends
Zivkovic, I don't know what's happened to him.
Depends on what game. Carrillo's a different player where at the moment he doesn't. There's certain games where he plays, and others where he just doesn't fit with his new style of play. And the issue was that when he got brought on in this game, that he played, against Estoril, I thought that they needed a lot of pace, and Carrillo's just that player anymore. He's not the type of player anymore. He likes to. He's like Alajon at the moment. He likes to hold up,
stops the ball and tries to dribble past. Yeah, comes out once in a while.
Exactly.
But
because when you're subbing off Sub, you need a player like him. You need to have a winger.
But Salvio's a very good winger. He defends well. People don't see that part of Salvio, that he actually tracks back and helps. Okay, people just expect Salvio to go forward and do these amazing crosses, amazing skills like he used to before. All right?
No,
but he's still.
The thing is but I think first of all, he's 26, but he probably acts like he's 30. Because of his injuries, calm down. Because of his injuries,
yeah, all right.
So he's never gonna probably have full stamina for 90 minutes. So playing him consistently in the starting 11 week in week out is just gonna hurt him. That's all I'm saying. Like I'm not saying first of all, I think we should sell him, but that's a different point because we have a lot of wingers. Because we have a lot of wingers. Calm down.
That just topped it off. I think we should sell him. Oh, yes, come on, man. Next time you be saying Luizão should be released. Yeah, man, you called for Luizão not to renew his contract.
Yes, I'm finished. I'll still do it.
Come on, man.
That's not but listen. Okay? Salvio needs to rest.
Fine
just
by
like
me.
Just like Pizzi needed to rest because those
Pizzi shut you up nicely. That's another one.
No. You haven't been listening to the podcast. Shut up.
All right. No, I know you said when I called him out saying he was man of the match against Sporting.
Before that, I was talking before that.
Fine, I missed that one. Fair enough.
I've been praising him. But Salvio and Pizzi and all the other players, they go through slumps. They need to just be dropped, for a couple of games because they need to get their stamina back. And I think that Salvio is a perfect example for that. I'm not saying the only reason, first of all, that I would like to see if you can sell him. First of all, is because probably people can get him for like 25 million, which is completely crazy. Second of all, his input in the game is not what it used to be. And third of all, you have a lot of good wingers, like we got and I just don't see Salvio fitting into the team anymore. That's the only three reasons. I don't mind having him as a squad player, just as long as his minutes get reduced. He just needs to have less minutes.
Fine. All right. There's 3 games left. If he stays on the bench for all of them, that's fine by me. But I'm just saying.
It's not going to happen.
Do not. All right. Fine then. No, I'm still happy with that. I don't mind him starting.
All right.
Anyway, we better let the others talk because it just seems like it's the Peter and Hugo podcast. Sorry, guys.
No, carry on. This is fine. Carry on.
This is great.
Yeah, have you got the popcorn out?
Yeah, they got the popcorn out.
Sorry for the win. Come on. Sorry, I love you if you're listening.
I just got two more points. 2 more points, and then we'll move on to Sporting Import. Don't worry. It's probably be quick depending how long Hugo takes to reply.
Oh, it's fine. This is good entertainment as it is.
I'll be quick. I'm just saying that I just had to defend my boy there.
Take as long as you want.
What do you think? What do you think of Mitroglou's recent run of form? And I do have a point before you start. Is I think that a lot of the counterattacks come from the right. And this is related to Salvi, where he might not cross when he should have. Like there's a play in this
Here
game.
we go.
There's
Sticking on
hold
Salvio again.
But it's not my fault. This is a point that I got. I think Mitroglou is getting less and less chances because most of our counterattacks are coming from the right, and Salvio is not passing him the ball as much as he probably should have. And this is why we're not seeing Mitroglou gets set up as he's been in the past. I'm not saying it's all Salvio. I'm saying that one or two plays that come from the right.
Semedo as well.
Or Semedo. I mean, you can point out Semedo as well. No problem. I'm just trying to say that our counters normally come from the right. And I don't know if you remember, but there's one where Salvio, it's a tremendous counter. Dude stops the ball. All he's got to do is set up Mitroglou. He's got to pass it and decides to shoot or something, and he loses the ball. I don't know if you remember that. But what do you think is the main reason that Mitroglou isn't scoring?
To be honest, I'm not sure because when Mitroglou was playing without Jonas, he wasn't scoring as much. But when Jonas came back, he was scoring, but I'm saying when he plays with Jonas, that duo is really good. They get along well together. They know, they know the runs they each other make, and Jonas usually sets, what I mean? I don't know. Mitroglou hasn't been served well. I admit that. You have to fault both wingers, not just Salvi.
Mm-hmm.
Both. Okay. It's Servi, I was really happy starting against Torino when I saw the lineup at work. But then I saw the game, he wasn't really that good. Obviously, he came back and tracked back, but he wasn't really that good, was he?
No.
So I don't know. Yeah, Mitroglou hasn't had good service. That's the only thing I could say. Because when he gets a chance, he rarely, he takes his chances. He takes chances well.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think I put most of the blame on Salvio because to me he's the most natural winger that we got. While Rafa, he tends to cut inside, Carré tends to cut inside, and Serbi tends to cut inside as well. And Salvio is really the only guy that runs down the field and crosses the ball in. That's why normally I point him out a little bit more often because he's that type of winger. But I think we're going to let the guys talk here and we're going to move on to another game here. So, I'll popcorn, put him aside. Let's go. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So, unless you want to say anything else about this game, is there anything else?
Felipe Augusto, before you move on, because I know you like him, right? But I would much rather prefer Andre Horta playing.
Oh my god.
Listen, you said Felipe Augusto came on and he played amazing. I was expecting Felipe Augusto to bust that midfield. He didn't do much.
He played really well. I think. Did you see goal points stat every single?
I don't. Do you know what? He hasn't played a lot.
He hasn't played.
This is actually interesting.
God damn.
Go on, finish.
Thank you. I was just gonna say that Felipe Augusto, I know he hasn't played a full game or anything like that, but from all the minutes that he's accumulated, he only missed 4 passes so far. We need in our midfield because Pizzi, with these 4 yellows, we're lacking intensity, and I would like to see a 4-3-3 at one point.
Well, who used to bring intensity? Who used to bring the ball forward all the time? Andre Horta. Yeah, Felipe Augusto is that holding midfielder.
Andre Horta just fell out of favor. Like he can't. He's like Semedo last year, where people are calling out for, oh my God, Andre Horta he's not gonna go and play anymore. Blah yada yada yada. Dude, Nelson Semedo is the exact same thing. In November, gets called up to the national team, gets injured, never plays ever again. Andre Almeida plays till the rest of the season.
That's Fernando Sanchez's fault.
That's just but that's just what happens. I like Andre Horta, I really do. I just don't understand why everybody's hating on Felipe Augusto. I thought he had a decent game. I'm not saying it was a world, he was world class, but he was good. He was exactly what we needed to settle down the midfield.
Do you know what's interesting about Andre Horta? It might interest Kevin and Sam as well. I know this guy on Facebook, and he apparently has a lot of inside information. He works, he does something with Benfica, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he said he usually knows everything. He says, against like Sporting last year, he said Julie Cesar's not going to play the game. We're like, what are you talking about? He's in the starting line. He says, no, he's not playing. He's injured. And it wasn't even on the news yet, but he knew. And then it ended up being he was injured. Anyway, he knows stuff. And he said something about Andre Horta, which is interesting. He said that Andre Horta, he's 19 and he messed about. Okay. I don't know if he went out clubbing or something, but apparently he's fell out with Rui Vitória because I don't know if there was curfew stuff or anything, but apparently he's done something which angered Rui Vitória, and as a punishment, he's not playing. That's what he said. I'm not going to say his name, But that's what he said. I'm not going to say his name before you guys start going on his Facebook and saying, "What the hell are you talking about?" But apparently, that's why he doesn't play as much because the Rivisard is punishing him. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. It's kind of like you know how Sam. You know how Jorge Jesus did with Campbell because he wanted to take that penalty,
Yeah,
and then he wasn't in the squad list for about 5 games because of that. That was a bit harsh, but there we go.
No, it's not only because of that, because Joe Campbell's fucking shit.
Yeah, but he wanted to take the penalty, and then he was like, "No, you're not taking it," and then he got angry. So that was a punishment as well.
Honestly, Hugo, I'm a little bit skeptical on that because honestly, from what I saw last year, I just think it's exact the same type of thing that happened with Smith. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna hold it.
Yeah, but he at least deserves to be on the bench.
No, like I agree, but when it's just difficult for him at this point.
All right, moving on.
All right, thank you. I thought that was quite good. They probably enjoyed their popcorn, didn't you guys?
Indeed.
Yes.
That Michael Jackson gif going everywhere on Twitter. I have that.
Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna move on to Shab Sport, which I thought was the least interesting game of the week. Kevin, Shab lost to Porto. Porto won 2-0. Suarez and Andre scored. Casillas was in goal. Maxi, Felipe, Marcan went out extended across the back with Ruben Neves in for Danilo. Obviously, Danilo was injured. Andre. We saw Corona, Otavio, Jota, and Suarez. So no Andre Silva in the squad. What did you think of the game and the decision to drop Andre Silva?
Obviously, it worked out in the end. And could you be any more insulting? Shab Sport, not interesting.
No, because I thought Shabs didn't play like at all. But we'll get onto that. Don't worry. I'll get my point across.
Well, it was an okay game in the first half. Not really that many chances. There was a penalty that should have been called against Shavs for a double handball. Not called. So that was missed. The second half, we started off pretty good. We got the goal early on in the second half. Obviously, it was a mistake by the goalie to save it forward the way he did, and it was an easy goal for Tiquinho to put in. Then Andre on a beautiful play makes it 2-0 and guarantees it 3 points. So I mean, there really wasn't much going on. I do agree with the decision to sit Andre Silva and go with the formation that he had. It was good to see Jota and Otavio start. The two great players, promising players. So hopefully we can get Jota for a decent fee. Hopefully Atletico doesn't ask for the 20+ bill that they want for him. I think that Corona was pretty quiet. I don't think he had that good of a game. So he's probably still nursing that injury. So I mean, I can't really explain that. It's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, it was, like I said, it was an okay game.
Were you happy to see João Teixeira play?
Yes, I was. And that I've always been a fan of his. I thought he was one of our best players in the preseason, and sometimes for him not to even be called up to, not even to the bench, boggles my mind. I think that had he played more, I think he would have had a little bit more success. But yeah, I think that next season he'll probably crack the starting 11, or at least be on the bench more often. So it was good to see him play. Let me see what else. I think Ruben Neves did a fantastic job filling in for Danilo.
I like his free kicks.
Yeah, he's been stepping up, and when he's had to fill in for Danilo, he's played really well. I'd rather have him than somebody like Herrera that you can use. I think that Herrera's time is done. I think he'll be sold in the summer. But I don't want to dive too much into that. And just one more point, because I want to be brief on the Porto game. I want to give chance to Sam with the Braga Sporting, because that was a really good game to watch too. Watching the Feirense and Marítimo game, the referee, it was disgusting, shocking bad.
Oh, I saw that.
There was a goal that Marítimo had scored, a clean goal that was waved off. They called a foul on a goalie, which They weren't even in the goalie's box. And it wasn't even a foul. They both went up for the ball. The Maritimu player happened to get that first. They scored, then they waved it off. And then, in my opinion, the Maritimu goal that did count shouldn't have counted. I believe there should have been an offside if I'm not mistaken. So, and the Feiras goal, the ball was out of bounds and everybody stopped. And that's Maritimu's fault. You're supposed to play until the whistle. But the ball, in my opinion, was clearly out. And from there,
It was a foul as well.
Goal. Yes, it was,
It was
a foul first.
And then the ball went out, yeah.
Exactly. So Feiras committed a foul on the Maritimu player. Then the ball went out of bounds. But the referee didn't call a foul and said that the ball stood in play. And then Feiras got the goal because Maritimu was standing around. So, it's not just happening to the big three. But when I saw that, I was flabbergasted, to say the least. So
you can probably find stuff like that every single game, which is ridiculous. Like every week there's something like that happens. So you remember, a couple of months back, like a big while
it was a
back,
Chaves game, I think.
Chaves game, yeah.
Yep.
And Ivan said, I think last week, some stuff happened. It just continues to happen. It's kind of ridiculous. But Kevin, I know we'll move on to sporting in a minute, but I think it's worth talking a little bit more about the Chaves team, because Chaves were a team that had only lost to Benfica and recently to Guimarães at home. And I don't think I've ever seen them perform so badly. Like, Casillas didn't have to make one save. Like, do you credit Porto, for that whole thing, or is there like an issue with the Chaves team? Are they just losing gas at this point, and then everything's just not flowing like it was?
Yeah, I think they ran out of gas a little bit towards the end of the season, which is kind of weird because in the Segunda Liga they play a lot more games. You got 42 games in the Segunda Liga. Plus Taça de Portugal, depending on how far you go. So, maybe it's just they're comfortable where they are in the table. They probably don't think they can catch a European spot, to be honest. But they could. I don't know what the standings are now, so I don't know if they're that close. But there's only 3 games left now. I think they're just satisfied with where they are. They don't want to risk any injuries or anything like that. So, credit to Porto. They always get possession of the ball. They did have a lot of possession. They were passing the ball around pretty well, I have to add. So, I think it's just tired legs, a mixture of both. The whole situation with losing Jorge Simão. I don't think it was huge, but I think that had Jorge Simão stood, I think that Chaves would have ended up a little bit higher, maybe even got a European spot. Had he not left for Braga, because they're doing a great job.
They did a really good job, though.
They did, but I think that
I don't know, man. I think you're being a little bit too harsh.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ricardo Soares has done brilliant.
No, he has, but I'm just saying I think they would have ended up a little higher than they are.
I know, but when Simão left, loads of people expected, Chaves are not going to be the same now. They're going to collapse.
And they lost Bataglia, which is basically the heart of their midfield.
They lost 5 starters or something.
Yeah.
And then, Ricardo Soares, he's done quite decent. He got them semi-final. That annoyed me. Winning 3-1 at home and going out. Oh my god, that is annoying. I think he's done well. What's annoying though is that they've been chasing the 40-point mark for ages. Every week I'm seeing rumo 40 points, and they never get there. I don't know. Maybe they are losing gas, but that Chaves team against Sport looked unrecognizable. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was
terrible.
Bad.
Terrible by Chaves.
And one last thing, because you didn't mention it, the Maxi incident.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Same thing with Luizão against Moreirense. He should have got ejected.
I was waiting for that.
Well, if Maxi's tackle was disgusting, then so was Luizão. Honestly.
Which I agree with.
If you want to. Okay,
which I agree with.
I was like, wait, is he not even going to get a yellow? And then he got sent up, and I was like, oh, okay.
But I told Kevin in the chat, I said, if the referee had a clear view of Luizão, I would have had no doubt he would have got a red card. No doubt.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
doubt, and I
it's-
used Ederson's red card against Aroca as an example. You know, the fourth of
Mhm.
the linesman saw it. He said, "Give him a red." Maybe he didn't
Get-
deserve it. Maybe he did. Okay, he gave a red because the referee saw it clearly.
Yeah.
I don't think Luis Oz was that clear. Luis Oz is fucking huge. All right, you can't fucking
Mhm.
see him. Can't see what he does, especially from behind. Anyway, it was
Yeah,
a definitely red card. Both of them were red cards.
Listen. Okay, so can we move on now to the Sporting game? Breathing into their mics, please stop.
Not me.
Is it me? I don't know. I thought I muted my mic.
No, I think it's Sam.
I'm excited, boys.
Can't wait to talk
Yeah.
about Bas Dost.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can talk about these days. So
Bas Dost,
you know,
Bas Dost, Bas Dost.
Sporting beat Braga away, 2-3. Bas Dost scored 3 goals. I mean, did I even have to
How many
say
goals
that?
did he score?
I don't know, 1.5. Yes, it's true for trying to be
Sam,
cute.
do your Baz Dost song.
Special occasions, like when he gets 5, I'll do it.
But he got a hat trick,
Oh,
though. You got to do it.
If he gets the golden boot, you hear that now. If he gets the golden boot, I'll sing it every time, every podcast. The rest of like,
Yeah,
months.
he
my
won't.
God.
And fun fact, did you know that Jonas has got a better goal to game ratio than Bas does?
Speaking of fun facts, do you know that Jonas Mitroglou has 26 goals combined and Bastos has 31?
Oh,
Speaking of facts,
Again, my
Yawn.
fact is better. My fact is better.
that's your opinion. That's fine.
we'll talk about who's better after the analysing of the game.
Sure, if we get the time to. Patricio in goal, Schelotto, Coates, Paulo Oliveira, and Marvin across the back with William and Adrian. The William that was terrible at the goal. Gelson, Bruno Cesar, Alan Ruiz, and Bas Dost. Alan Ruiz ended up, getting injured. Apparently, I didn't see the first half. He came off 4 to 6 weeks. Podence came in. Sam, what do you think of the game?
One of the best games of the season, honestly, and that's just not because we won. It was such end-to-end stuff. When Podence came on, like you said, for injured Alan Ruiz, who's out for 6 weeks, by the way. When Podence came on, he changed the game, and anyone who watched that could see that when he came on, Bastos got more service, the wingers got more service. Podence is he's a phenomenal player, and I don't understand why he doesn't start over some of the players that are in the team.
Because
Agreed.
he's small.
Cough, cough,
I agree.
cough, cough. Bruno Cesar.
Because he's small.
What's that to do with anything?
His
If he's
small
good at
frame annoys me so much. Oh my God.
If he's good at football, I don't care if you're tall, if you're big, if you're fat, if you're small.
When
Who
he
cares?
hugs Bas Dost, oh my God, it looks like Bas Dost's 3-year-old son. It's hilarious.
That is
It
true.
annoys me so much. Anyway, carry on.
Bruno Cesar had another very poor game, and I just don't understand why he continues to get in this side. Like the same thing with Salvio. Like I know Hugo, you made your point and all that, but a lot of
Yeah.
people can say that.
I know what you're
shouldn't
trying
be
to say,
starting.
yeah. Salvi's a scapegoat and Bruno says a scapegoat of Sporting. For you, anyway.
No, but Bruno Cesar is just shit, so he's not really a scapegoat. He is just like one of the worst.
He's had some good games, to be honest.
Some
did.
good games. That is true, but
Yeah.
not enough for me to like him.
I think you gave him a 3 out of 10 grade in your Twitter account, right?
Oh yeah, speaking of which, if you're a Sporting fan, follow that at SCP Updates UK. Just throwing it out there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Go on.
gave him 3 out of 10 because he was the worst player on the pitch. Another bad player on the pitch, William Carvalho. He was awful
Typical.
as well.
Typical.
He couldn't find a single part. Like I think he got like 2 passes in the entire game. It's just awful. He couldn't find a single pass.
What about that goal? What about that Braga goal where he's just standing around looking?
He's just
He
watching.
does that all the time. Oh.
You start to notice it more and more, to be fair. And as I was watching the game, I was just like, just bring him off. It was just painful to watch him pass the ball. It was that bad. But in the end, Bas Dost, my boy, 3 goals, 1 penalty.
Oh.
Speaking of which, Adrian, I forgot to mention.
Missed the penalty.
Not just missed, he put it wide, which is surprising to me.
And
Apparently,
we need to talk about it.
it was supposed to be Bas Dost.
Yeah,
Hugo. I got
Sorry.
it. Guys,
Beat you to it.
You bit me to it because whatever. I was gonna say we need to talk about this because I think it was last week, Benfica Sporting, right? Sporting
Yeah.
Benfica. Remember when we talked about the fact that Adrian Silva took the penalty, and some people were talking Bas Dost, and I said, JJ normally is very strict on that. If it's Adrian that took it, then probably JJ said that it was Adrian that was going to take it. I still stand with the same opinion that if Adrian stepped up to take the penalty, JJ said for him to take the penalty. I don't believe that Bas Dost should have taken
weird
bullshit.
because it might have been a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, that he said we're out of the title race. So our main goal is to get Bas Dost the golden boot.
Terrible.
So why are we not giving every single penalty? I just don't understand why give it to Adrian. Fair enough, he scored in the derby, but I still think Bas Dost should take both those penalties.
Yeah. I think one of the goals was incredibly, could have been preventable by the defense. The second goal, but it's quite bad.
But that's a lot of the goals. Even the goal you were talking about with William, that could have been prevented. But
yeah, they could have. But it was a good game. I mean,
best game of Sporting's I've seen. Like, just as a neutral, if I would watch that, I'd say that's one of the best games of the season. The referee as well. Like, I mean, he did give a bit things too easy, but I can't say he made a bad call in that game. So,
Well, not according to Braga's president.
I mean, I'm trying
Apparently,
to
he had the worst game of his life.
I'm still trying to figure out if that penalty is inside or outside the box. I still got a couple.
I know, yeah, that Gelson one is a bit, not sure about that one, to be honest.
I don't know. I'd say it was inside.
I know his foot appears to be on the line. But
What a
the foul
stupid
start.
challenge, though, by the guy to even bring him down in the first place.
Yeah, that play is terrible anyway, so.
Yeah.
Marcelo Royano, I think.
Yeah, it
Terrible.
was.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Should have been sent off, really.
Yeah.
Like, not just for that, but just for the amount of fouls he got in that game.
I'm just hoping.
I think it was a very good game.
I'm just hoping to see some punishment go out to Salvador. For what he said.
We'll just see how long it's going to take, though.
Yeah, well,
probably only next season.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and I mean, nothing to complain about. Maybe the penalty, but even that, I mean, it's one play.
He clearly means, I don't know, yellow cards and stuff like that.
Well, who cares? To be honest, he needs to deal with it, and just shut up and take it.
I know, Braga getting too big for their boots, thinking they're flipping Real Madrid or something. Man, shut up.
Yeah, thinking that they're the biggest club in Portugal.
I don't even know where Braga come from. They think they're all this now.
I think they come from Braga, believe it or not.
Yeah, whatever. Just say about the Sporting. I've noticed 9 times out of 10, all the Sporting Braga matches are really, really interesting. I really like seeing Sporting play.
Maybe because they're so even.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
I'm not going to
honestly,
Abby, so
look to recent results. Apart from last season's 4-0, which was a joke because Braga played their second team to try and win the cup. Right, you can't deny that. That was disgusting. Yeah. Very bad referee calls as well. Won't go into that. But if you see, how many times has it been 3-2 recently? I've seen 3-2 about 4 times.
I really think it's Abel, the way Braga played impressed me. I think it's down to Abel's tactics as well. That he's such a young coach that I'm not saying like old coaches are bad, but he just knows a lot more about the current game than some other coaches in the league, which helps Braga's mentality and tactics, which I think showed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very good point.
Is there anything else you guys would like to point out in this game?
Let me think quickly.
I do.
Nope.
What's that?
Oh, okay. Go on.
Go ahead.
I'm surprised nobody mentioned this, especially you, Sam. But want to send my condolences out to JJ. He lost his father.
All right.
92 years old. So thoughts and prayers with him and his family. And
Sam's reaction is priceless. Sorry.
Shit.
Shit. That's why I'm laughing. Not about.
I thought he wasn't going to make it to the game. I thought it was going to be Rosé managing that game. So fair play to him.
The rumor was that the players said they wanted to play for his dad in memory of his dad.
That's why
he was obviously a big Sporting fan as well. So.
Yeah, but I was surprised it was him on the bench because you know how Rosé did the press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the previous. I thought it was actually going to be him. But fair play to him,
To be fair, he did give a lot more instructions than I see him give out when it's
I know.
the plan.
That's what I said to my dad. I'm surprised he's actually really lively on the bench.
I mean, it could be the same Isaiah Thomas type of thing where you play your game even though somebody from your family just died, because that's the only way you can stop thinking about it. Maybe,
Yeah.
But he said, I mean,
That's
he
a good
lived
point.
until he's 92. I mean, I wish I can last that much. No, but
Yeah.
we'd like to send our condolences. And thank you, Kevin, for pointing that out. And
Of course,
Yeah.
that's my boy JJ.
Sam's amazing "oh shit" was absolutely priceless. All right. Well, let's move on now to the highlight player of the week. Then, who do you guys got? The Liga NOS player that you guys highlight for this weekend.
Dost
Shall I
has
go
to be,
first?
hasn't it?
Yeah. My
Yeah.
boy, Bastos.
I got those
Yeah.
as well.
The best striker in Portugal.
Yeah, well,
One of the best strikers in Europe.
Let's take a moment. Let's take a moment to that in a moment. We'll talk about that because we got a couple of minutes. Portuguese highlight player of the week. I think everybody's gonna go Ronaldo here.
Yeah, for me.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, fun fact about Ronaldo: he had 2 goals in the group stage. He scored 8 in the knockouts.
Crazy.
Did you see the other fact about him? That he scored 103 Champions League goals. Atletico Madrid
yeah.
as a team scored 100 in their history.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh my god! How dare they say he doesn't turn up for big games?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
ridiculous.
So this was for Portuguese player abroad of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's Ricardo Pereira.
Oh right. Yeah.
That's for me, my opinion.
That guy is really, really good.
I'm
Really
hoping.
good.
I'm hoping to get a report from somebody on him. To go up on the website real soon. I don't think he's gonna stay for Porto. I'm sorry, Kevin.
I'm just surprised he hasn't been called up to the Portugal national team yet.
Because we've got so many right backs.
Yeah, but I think the
You
right
got
back should
Cedric.
be.
You got
No,
Cedric playing.
no,
England,
forget
you
Cedric.
got Semedo playing the best football of his life.
It should be Semedo and Ricardo Pereira. Those should be the 2 options.
Oh, get out. Get out
What?
now. Cedric
Not
is
get out
Portugal's best right back. Don't even
No,
act.
he's not.
Okay,
No, he's
would
not.
you guys
Yes,
rather
he is.
prefer discussing if Cedric is better than Ricardo Pereira, or do you guys prefer
Based
talking
on
about
current form,
Bastos
both of
over
them are better than
Jonas?
Cedric.
Bastos. Let's go. Bastos Jonas.
Okay, yeah, let's go Bastos Jonas. We
Oh,
got
wait, I'll bring Mitroglou in as well. Come on.
Okay.
Bring them all.
we got 4 minutes give or take to get this over with. So guys, try and be as concise as you can. I'm gonna go first, and I'm just going to explain why First of all, I'm not even gonna get Mitroglou into the mix. Right? Okay, screw Mitroglou because I know you guys know that I love him. But Jonas has a better goal to game ratio than Bastos has this year, and that's not even like the main thing. Jonas has 80 plus goals in 3 seasons. He's the third.
83, I think.
Yeah, he's the third.
But Bastos has been there for 1 year. How can you compare? How can
Because
you
Be quiet for a second, Sam.
Jonas had about 24 goals his first season. One of them was absolutely robbed, so he lost it to
Yeah, for
Jackson
me, he's won
Martinez.
it twice. Yeah, twice in a row for me.
Last year he had 34 goals or something like that in the league.
36 all in
36.
competitions, isn't it?
Okay, 36 if you want to count all competitions, I guess. And this year he's got, I think it's like what? If somebody could, I don't
It's
know.
like 12.
It's 11 in the league or something, isn't it?
Yeah, but what about the
And then-
rest?
Close.
He scored against Vizela, that free kick.
Hold on,
I don't know.
I'll get
Probably
it.
about 14 or
I
something.
said
I don't know.
12. That's my guess.
I'll
Nah, it's
get
not
it.
12.
I'll get it. Just give me a moment. Come on.
Someone's on Wikipedia.
Who is our pace?
This year's got 25 games played. 16 goals.
There we go. See,
Um,
that's actually good, to be honest.
yeah. So he's played basically half a season. Not even that. He's got 16 goals. The fact that he scores clutch goals. He's got a knack for scoring. From everywhere. He scores long shots, and he gives to the team a lot more than just goals. And people might not want to call him a striker. You want to call him a forward. If he's scoring goals for me, he's a striker though. But you can make that little slight difference. But we're talking about a guy that scored 36 goals last season. So if that's not a striker to you, I don't know what a striker is. Get your point in, Sam, on why Bastos is better.
Bastos is better because he's obviously scored more goals this season. And to your point that Jonas scores long shot, it doesn't matter as long as they score goal. You don't get extra points for long shots or bicycle kicks.
I'm just
let me
saying.
finish. Just let me finish. Okay.
Okay.
So you don't get any points, any extra points. That fancy shit, right? And also, you keep bringing up, Jonas got so many goals in 3 seasons. Bastos had 1 season to adapt to the Portuguese league. Jonas has had 3, like you said. So Jonas is obviously is well more suited to the league.
Okay.
Obviously, he had more time to adapt.
Okay, you want me to refute that really easily? Jonas didn't even play a full season in his first year, and he got 25 goals. That's roughly
He still
5 less.
So he
that's
still
5
had.
less.
So has he still had 3 seasons?
Hold on.
For the
That's
best.
5. Hold
Answer
on.
the question.
His first year in the league, he scored 25 goals, and he didn't even play the whole season. He came on like in October, November.
Played more than Bastos did over the 3 years.
No, Bastos. Oh my God! First season. I'm comparing Jonas's first season to Bastos' first season. How do you not get that?
Okay,
It's
so
not-
who scored more
listen.
goals? There you go.
No. Wait,
Sorted.
stop about the goals. It's not all about the goals, okay? It's the way they play. Jonas comes back into the Benfica box and brings the ball forward and starts counterattacks. Okay, the way Jonas plays is brilliant. He's literally a brain, the brain of Benfica. There, him and how they say Pizzi is as well because he's a midfield. There's always the guy in midfield is the brain of the team, as they say. As Jorge Jesus used to say, Enzo Perez, isn't it? But I know Jonas does everything. He does everything. You don't see Bastos track back. You don't see him. He's fucking too big. He just
Because
stays.
he's not that type of strike. He's a target man.
This is
Like I
why
said,
I'm not
you
saying
don't
I'm
get
not trying to be
any
biased. This is
extra
why I
points.
prefer. This is why I prefer Jonas because he plays more. He's more of a team player. He does everything, man. Look at all of these fancy passes that he does, man. Guys, I see him balls coming to me, passes with his back. Come on, you don't see Bastos doing that. Jonas does everything.
Okay.
Who can disagree? Saying Jonas comes all the way back, brings the ball forward, starts kind of. Reminds me of that, game against Portugal, Croatia when Ronaldo went to the defense to get the ball, started a counter attack with Ronaldo. Exactly like that. That's what Jonas does every game. That's why he's always so tired. 70th minute.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see Bastos doing that.
Listen,
Bastos is just a poacher, just waits for the ball.
So I got Jonas's first year at Benfica, and this is our competition: 35 games, 31 goals. Bastos is currently with 40 games, all competitions, including the Bundesliga and the Deutsche Pokal, 44 goals.
Don't get me wrong, Bastos is an amazing striker. I said to my dad, I was like, bloody hell, Sporting are signing this guy. Are you mad? This guy's really good. I don't even know where Sporting got 10 million from. they got it from that Angolan guy, innit? But anyway, he's a very good striker. I told you, Sam. I was like, Portugal has some big names. You got Casillas, you got Julius Caesar. Teams that plays with loads of history. Won a lot of things. And Bastos is one of them. He's a big name. Man scored 4 goals against Bayern. Remember that game? And he was talked around the whole world
because of De Bruyne. But that's fair enough.
He's still very, very, very good player. But Jonas is still better. I would love to see Jonas if he was fully fit this season, and then would compare numbers.
Yeah, that would have been good. But all right, Kevin, from a perspective of you already have Suarez in your team, you already have André Silva. Mm-hmm. Would you rather have Bastos in your team or Jonas to your team, and why?
Oh, Bastos. He's got the size. He's got the goals. Now, I don't appreciate you guys downplaying Bastos here.
I'm not putting him down.
Nobody's down. Nobody's downplaying
You're
Bastos.
comparing. Yeah, but you're comparing. You just compared Jonas' first season with Benfica to Bastos in the Portuguese league and the freaking Deutsche Pokal. Like,
I didn't.
No, compare it to the Portuguese league. Slimani.
I can't see all the stats. I'm sorry. It just shows up everything. I can't. Yeah, I have to. But go on.
And I called this at the beginning of the season, and everybody called me wrong. Everybody said I was wrong, that it wasn't going to happen. Slimani for Sporting from 2013 to 2016, 82 appearances, 48 goals. Bastos, first year with Sporting, 28 games, 31 goals. I mean, that's amazing in itself. It reminds me of Chardel. Jonas is a great player. Obviously, he can score fantastic goals like he did against Estoril over the weekend, and it was a brilliant goal. But I mean, he deserves more credit than what he's been given. Bastos. So for me, we need somebody in the box
Mm-hmm.
like Bastos. We can cross the ball in. We got a lot of crosses in, but there's nobody's ever there. So I would prefer Bastos because we can use Otavio as an attacking mid. You can use Jota as an attacking mid. They're not going to be as effective as
I
Jonas
was
because
that's what just I was going to say is that Jonas plays like an attacking midfielder and he gets you goals.
Mm.
That's what makes
and
him so good.
he plays right behind the attackers too, so he's
Yeah.
like right there. That's why he scores so many goals. But then again, like a lot of his goals, and same thing with Bastos this season, he does have a few penalty goals, but a lot of Jonas goals are penalties also. So I just have to throw that in there.
I know, but they all count the same.
You should
have
compare
to,
assists
I
as
know.
well. Jonas
Exactly.
has
You
They
have
all
a
to,
come the
lot of
same.
Just like
assists.
Cardozo.
you have to beat you have to beat.
Don't bring
I think
Cardozo into this.
Hugo, no point. Hugo, don't. I was just gonna say that penalties, are way more difficult than people assume, and you have to be really good to take penalties, and not everybody can take penalties. Okay, I just wanted to get to a couple of questions that we got here. You, sorry, but we got to move on to the next topic.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Hugo, shut up.
But this one
I
I'll
was
let
actually
you.
going to say something, but never mind.
I'll let you answer this one, Hugo, and I would like you guys to be as brief as you can, but still get your point through. Eliseo the man or Justin asked us thoughts on Servi on the left. Would you keep him there for the remainder of the season?
Yes. I would prefer him over Rafa at the moment because I agree with you, Peter, because I think you tweeted it out and you didn't just do it on a private chat. You said that Servi is the best defensive winger in the league. And I agree with you. Servi's tracking back is amazing, and if his European games, the Benfica Champions League games, are a pure example of what the amount of work that guy puts in. Fair enough, like I said earlier on in the podcast, he wasn't really good against Estoril. But I'm still hoping he can start because, I don't know, Rafa's not been showing his full potential.
Yeah.
But then again, Rui Vitória is always playing him in different positions, and it kind of messes him up. You know what I mean? So, yes, he should be playing the last few games.
I got one for you, Sammy, and it's from Steph. And Steph asks you,
Don't call me that.
do you think Gelson Dalla and Bastos will play well together?
I'm not too sure about that question because I haven't seen much of the B team in all honesty, but from the stats that Gelson Dalla is getting, obviously he can turn into a phenomenal player. But Alan Reese has just come into his own with Bastos, his own little connection. We've got Gelson, depending on if he stays, and we've also got now Podence. So it's going to be hard for Dalla to fit into the team at all, actually. But I don't know. Maybe is my answer.
All right, and we got one final question here, and hold on. I gotta fetch it again because come on, PTFooty pod. If you guys want to send us a question, make sure you use the hashtag PTFooty pod, by the way. This one's from Jesse Patrão, and yes, what do you guys think of the selections for Portugal's under 21 World Cup squad announced today? Rosters dominated by Benfica players. If you guys haven't checked, the rosters on the DM.
Under what?
Under 20.
Oh,
under 20. So we got 9 Benfica players in there. What are you guys' thoughts on Benfica starting to dominate a little bit more in the under 20s? Is that due to the fact that they're bringing up the Seychelles product and actually starting them, or is it just by random and it just happens that at one point every team starts to have more players and it's like a cycle?
Yeah, it's part of Benfica's plan, innit? And it's working. But I'm actually seeing some names, and I have seen most of these players playing. It's not just about. I'm not just going to say the Benfica players, but I'm seeing very good quality players from other teams. That Shadas guy for Braga is a really good player, and Sean Silva from Guimarães, very, very, very quick winger, very good on the counter attack. So I'm really happy with it's not just about Benfica players. This is Portugal at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm happy to see more Benfica players. But I'm saying I'm really happy with how the under 19s, under 20s, and under 21s are performing. It's just brilliant, and we have a very, very good future.
All right, what do you guys think?
Go on, Kevin. I'll let you go.
I think it's fine. I mean, you don't have to mention that it's dominated by Benfica. That's kind of like rubbing it in. But instead of touching on that, like Hugo just pretty much covered it all. We do got a good future. I do want to take this opportunity to say that we do have a new intro for the podcast, which I will update when I upload the new episode, which is this one, onto SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play Music. So check that out.
It's a bit lengthy, but it's really, really cool.
Oh my god, it's really good. I did a good job.
Yeah, Sam. Overall thoughts on the collabs?
Just quick. I know all the Benfica fans are saying, "Oh, it's dominated by Benfica," but I remember,
I was just pointing it out.
Yeah. I'm not just pointing the finger to you. But I remember when I said this, not me personally, but when Sporting fans said the same thing about the Euro, that everyone was, "Oh, why you always have to make it about Sporting? Sporting this, Sporting that. Why is it different now?" It's just my thing. Like Hugo said, it's Sporting at the end of the day. I'm happy, but why? What's different? What's changed?
All right.
They can be like, "Oh yeah, it's fine."
Yeah, nothing's changed. We got one final question. It comes from Kerry, and Kerry asks if Kevin's ready to wear Benfica gear.
Sorry, babe, but no, it's not happening. Sorry.
We'll
still
see.
love you though, but it's not happening.
We'll see. All right. So we'll be back next week on next Tuesday. Obviously, we should have everybody back, including Zach. We're going to be covering Benfica, Rio Ave Benfica, Sporting Belenenses, and Marítimo Porto. Should be an interesting weekend. I'd like to thank Hugo for coming on, and yeah.
You're most welcome, everybody. Oh, I'd just say a quick thing. Congratulations to Portimonense and Sportivo Zaves coming up. I didn't get a chance to say anything. Really happy with another team, with a team from the Algarve and Sportivo Zaves. Have a good see them next year. Just saying.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
See ya.
See you guys.
No, bastos.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.